generous. Now I've learned to never help you out. 'Cause I'm done cleaning up your mess. Found myself in my regrets. I've become a little stronger now. 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 You cashed in on my promises. You know I'm too generous. Now I've learned to never help you out. 'Cause I'm done cleaning up your mess. Found myself in my regrets. I've become a little stronger now. A little stronger now. Casting on my promises. You know I'm too generous. Now I've learned to never help you out. 'Cause I'm done cleaning up your mess. Found myself in my regrets. I've become a little stronger now. A little stronger.
Open eye, feel the waves cut through me. Hypnotized by the sounds I'm breathing in. Hold tight, chemicals collide. Hold tight, hold tight, hold tight. Dripping lights paint the skies, all because of you. Dripping lights paint the skies, only you can make me move. Can make me move. Can make me
Chad, baby, it is Wednesday, facing some early manipulation here in the markets. How's everyone doing? We are officially live. Sorry, Dylan/Bevan, please just check the Discord under the chat section. I dropped the headlines there for you guys, so I see you guys took some initiative already, but what I'll do is I'll drop it there every morning and you guys can hand pick the headlines for us. But Chad, it is Wednesday. We are building up to NFP, which is going to be a big one. Remember what I told you guys, I think it was 2 or 3 weeks ago. My thinking is that CPI is not going to be that big of an event anymore. NFP is going to be the big one. And we're going to start focusing on what's going to happen on Friday. Start going through a little bit of how the markets are positioned. Currently, Fed futures starting to equalize out, Chad. So they're going to keep the door open for both ways. So Friday's going to be a big one, Chad. I can tell you, Friday is going to be a very, very big NFP. So before we start, Keeks, how are you feeling, my brother?
Hey, feeling good, bro. We're taking some shots here, testing that new strat, but we determined to make it work, bro.
Alrighty. Chad, I'm already scaled into some gold longs based on the 4-hour strat. Currently eating ramen and prenitro, the original one, without any sugar, just hot water, and you actually wait for the prenitro to crystallize a bit just to give it some body, but we're still here. But Chad, Before we start, we're gonna, as always, we're gonna start off with our prayer. And the Bible says, if you do not know how to pray, pray this very simple prayer: Our Father who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come. Thy will be done on earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread, and forgive us our trespasses as we forgive those who trespass against us. Lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. For thine is the kingdom, the power, and the glory forever and ever. And if you believe that, you can drop an amen right now.
Amen.
Amen. Amen. Beautiful chat. Let's get straight into it. Just want to get Fed Futures FX Street here for us for the calendar. All right, FX options expiry for today's NY cut. All right, so options expiry, that's maybe why we're seeing a lot of movement in the markets today. As options expire, the delta, the premium, all of that's going to be priced in here today. But before we go there, let's quickly look at the calendar, what we've got going on today, chat. So today, things are going to start ramping up. We had GDP coming out of Australia, coming out flat as expected. The Clarkson Services PMI coming out lower than expected. China slowing down. We also saw equities in Asia dropping significantly lower following the US last night. So Alderson speaking. Let me just get the time zone correct here. Alderson speaking at 11, if I'm not mistaken. Let me just check here. Yeah. No. Sorry, in 21 minutes. Okay. And then we've got PMIs coming out of Spain. PMIs coming out of Italy, France, and Germany as well. 5 to 10. So shortly after the open this morning. And then also we've got some PPI coming out of the Eurozone around about 11 o'clock. And then later this afternoon, Chad, BOC, Bank of Canada rate decision, expecting a rate cut. I think that's going to feel some pressure on the Fed, but we'll see how that goes. And then a little bit later, we've got JOLTS, factory orders, and then relatively straightforward. Tomorrow also quite a busy day, and then Friday, the big one. That's the one where everybody's going to start locking it in. So Chad, let's get straight into the charts. DXY daily time frame yesterday closing bullish above this previous little breakout area, and today actually gapping down the dollar. So weird price action here, but I'm going to be neutral on the day. This weekly is still cautiously bullish. For the guys that were on the call on Sunday, remember what I told you guys, it is starting to play out. So let's keep an eye on that a little bit later. 5-minute time frame, what do we have here, Chad? We've got Asia highs, daily EQ. Asia lows have now been taken. Daily S1 currently holding. And we could see a bullish dollar for the rest of the day if we start holding this daily S1 Asia lows. Okay, then we're going to need to get through Asia highs to go and close that gap. But it's going to be a very interesting morning here. US 30 daily time frame yesterday, massive sell-off. No top wick, just straight selling, and technically we are still bearish on the day, but I'm going to take a neutral stance for two reasons, Chad. We closed bearish yesterday, but we closed bearish holding this previous breakout zone. So we already took the previous daily lows. So if you go on the lower time frames, if we hold after, we definitely, Chad, I can almost guarantee you we're going to take these lows. But if we can take these lows and then come back in the range, then that is the daily fake out done, and we're going to start correcting some of the move yesterday. Also yesterday, remember when I told you guys, be very careful trying to buy this. I don't know who was in the session yesterday. I told you guys, be very careful to buy something like this that is not getting up off the lows. I told you guys they're going to consolidate it to drop it lower. Okay, and that's exactly what happened. That's why we gave it 1 or 2 bites on the buys. Didn't play out, and that's also completely fine. But going into the session, Chad, there's just one level you need to focus on, and it's this level right there. previous daily low, Asia lows. That's where you're going to start looking for your positions. Daily time frame, Nasdaq bearish, bearish, bearish. Yesterday, massive sell-off. There's your break of structure. Where can we go to next? Just looking left with me, we've got a little bit of an intermediate zone right here, and then we've got this big zone down here. So still bearish. We've got a bit of downside still to go. 5-minute time frame, let's check the 5. Yeah, previous daily low, chat, very simple for me. That's the level we're going to monitor. If we cannot get above that, we are going to have another massive down day. And after that, we'll start looking at the monthly pivot, the Asia highs, all of that. But for now, still bearish. Chad, gold. Let me just check if I'm still in my gold position. I am still in. Average price for me, 24.94. 24.94. 24.94. Oh yeah, that is my average. Wait, 1, 2. Yeah, there's my average price. Idea with this morning, had some upside. 4-hour time frame, actually sent it in the Discord as well. Had a beautiful break back into this range right here on the 4-hour. There we had that minor break of structure there, back into the range, broke back into this range right here, with the expectation that we can go and retest these highs up here. Just straight selling into this market. I added one there, so just to show you guys where my positions were. First position was there, second position on the 50, third position on the 75, and then I took one, let me just check where's that other region. Took one here on the weekly S, or close to the EQ. Yeah, the EQ right here. So total risk on this, I think, is around about 1.3%. Risking about 0.3 per position. So the idea is to potentially swing this. Currently not looking good unless this 4-hour can hold the weekly S1. That is the idea, that we can still continue higher. Stops are around about 24, 84, 50, 47. Let me just quickly put this in. Will we see a miracle here today? 24, 84. All right, there's my stops. We're going to go for the previous daily high. That's the level that I want to target. If we get it, we can be very lucky. If we don't get it, that's also fine. That's the risk we put on the table for a trade to work out. 5-minute time frame on gold now. Asia high is still intact, trading below the daily flip zone. And if we've got any chance of this going bullish, we're going to need to do two things here today, chat. First level, weekly S1 would need to hold as support. Secondly, Asia lows. We need to trade back into the Asia lows. Then back to the previous weekly low, which is here, Chad. Previous weekly low. So there's currently, it is not looking good for anything long. It is looking short, and also looking on the daily perspective. This is what I want to show you guys. I told Kiggs when I came in here, I said the 4-hour giving me the buy scenario, but the daily for me, we've got that entire daily wick to go and fill. So daily is still bearish, but the only thing that we can maybe take or consider as a potential buy scenario is that we came back to retest this previous area, and every time we've dipped into this level, we've pushed to the upside. But daily for me is bearish. 5-minute time frame, what are we going to monitor here? Only way that I can get into any positions here today is if we pull all the way back here, Asia lows, and that's where I'm going to monitor for potential reshorts or potentially cutting a large part of my position, because at that stage I'm going to be break even on my scale ins. And then also last one, Hang Seng closing down 1.2. Nikkei, chat, 4.3% on the day. Massive drop, chat. That is the Nikkei on the day. So SA 640 JSE already gapping down. I'm going to see if we can get into some short positions here this morning after the open. But we're going to use the opening range and see if we can get into some positions there. But Keegs, rough and rowdy start to the morning. So over to you, my brother.
Perfect, bro. All right, guys. So, yeah, going to be interesting, yeah. Already someone asking there, Bugatti asking why we took buys. My brother, as you said, testing. I know you are here every day. We've mentioned we are testing a strategy. We're testing taking the T2 over to gold. So it's testing, bro. That's what we do. We traders, you want to keep on developing and figure things out. So as we always said, remember, not a signals group. It's what we are doing. So if you're not comfortable with it, you don't do it. That's what we're doing. Yeah, that's why even if you look at the results of it, you'll see the risk is very, very low on it. But yeah, into the trades. So let's have a look here, guys. DXY. Now, the thing for me is with DXY, guys, I am bullish. We've said this. We've been talking about it. 101,550. And I'm going to continue to say it. We're bullish. We haven't got the test. Simple as that. We haven't got the test. This doesn't count for me. You're still falling short. We haven't got the test at that level yet. So for me, I'm still going to be looking for that bullish side. Now, when we start looking on the 4 hour, firstly, we gap down. So now we've got another gap to the top side here. Not only we have a gap, but exactly where that gap starts, you've now got the daily pivot and the EQ. So looking very, very interesting here for us. Dollar really trading there basically down after that gap, and now we can see it holding here. You also on the 200, you've broken down, so there's your fake out, that daily S1, then back into the range, coming back, holding that daily S1, and I think if this gets above here, dollars going Asia highs, EQ, pivot, gap fill, very, very simple, previous weekly high, and then we're going to see dollars start to run. I really think this is going to be dollars starting to come back into the party. Now, going over to NASDAQ, what are we looking at over here? Similar, same thing, guys. I've been saying I'm bearish. The neutral stance, I will full on go bearish now. We had the confirmations of yesterday and Monday, so we really can stick to our guns now. So on the bearish outlook, yeah, you can see we obviously trade to our monthly pivot. We are at a previous low here, this little key area, and holding quite nicely. We had the break, a little bit of a retest, falling just short basically on the Asia highs, but then still trading off of that. So what we're going to be looking for here, guys, very, very simple. On the 15, if you see, again, our EQ daily pivot quite high above us. Now, reason being, we are expanding, we are reversing on the bigger scale. So I always say, when you have trending markets, good chance either you're having the reversal, because you're going to go all the way back up here, or a trending market, we almost can tick that off the box, and we're not going to see us trade to that. Now, another thing we can talk about is we've got a bigger, higher time frame zone here. So we've got the monthly pivot in between. So again, that monthly pivot is a stronger area, which is going to hold for us. So we can see this now, trading Asia highs, Asia lows. We are holding under previous daily lows. So as long as we're holding under this, NASDAQ for me is going to be a sell-off. If we get above this, very simply, I'm going to look at that monthly pivot, Asia highs. This becomes obviously the next zone. If we can break above this, hold that, can go long. Otherwise, the sells are on after that. US30, again, same thing, guys. I am bearish. We had obviously the hold over there. Then we had the big break to the downside. And now we're just continuing to fall again. We obviously have this zone over here we want to watch out for. So we're just going to keep our eyes peeled for that. But on the 4 hour, you can see there was your break. Pullback with the Asia highs. Retest of this resistance area over here. And now continuing to the downside. So again, same thing. You're going to see as NASDAQ trading down previous weekly lows, holding. As long as we hold under that, we're going to continue bearish. So going to see that move continue on the downside. Yeah, these type of trades, guys, the grabber kick is a long, but I don't really like that. There is certain things I'm waiting for. There's still entry criteria to the grabber. So I need that entry criteria to be met first before I'll look at taking it. Otherwise, the breaks down. Monthly pivot super close, untested. So for me, probability says we are going to go for that monthly pivot before anything is going to happen after that. So monthly pivot is becoming the more realistic target here for me. Then with gold, guys. So gold now being the area for us we're looking at. I am bearish. Now, first thing is you spoke about the 2500. We broke off of that level. Again, there was your close underneath. The next day, yes, we traded bullish. pulled back, closed bearish. So that counts as your retest over there and holding underneath that level. We came down, we tested this level of support over here. Massive rejection, but still closing bearish. So when we start looking on the 4 hour, there we're going to see we are still holding this bearish order flow. So almost the same thing you're going to see every single time. Bearish, pull back, little break below. Pull back, break below. Pull back, break below. So there's your pullback. And what's next? Break below. Then that means we're going to take out these lows, and then we're going to get the flush back to the downside. So I am bearish on gold, guys. I still said to Chris earlier, as much as I'm bearish, the strategy we're testing technically would have to be a buy. But this is where it's literally we can understand because it's getting caught on the reversal. So obviously we got this little intra low area over here. This was the first major area. We obviously hit the daily weekly S1, turned around, found our support, and then continued that little bullish run. I think if we break this, very simply, we're going to see gold start to just waterfall to the downside here. You obviously have these levels there of yesterday, the wick fill we can target. But personally, again, monthly pivot, so close. I think we're definitely going to be going for that. If we are obviously thinking of it naturally, guys, if you're going to be bearish, you're going to carry on taking out lows and carry on going bearish. So monthly pivot over here, if we're going to fulfill and take out that wick, a realistic round number for me, 2470 for the day. Once we've done that, maybe, yes, we don't fall short of the monthly pivot, but we have taken out these lows and we have taken out this level of support. For those guys wondering what that is, there you go, 4 hour body closure. So we've seen what this has done in the past. If we get your third touch, most likely we're going to break. So that is pretty much everything on my side. But for now, I'm actually quite locked in for the sells on gold.
There we go, Chad. Beautiful. 6 minutes left till the open. Sorry, guys. Just want to go through the fundamental chat. Fundamental chat is back. Dylan Savage, Slushy Cakes, Bevan. They went on a short 3-day strike. No fundamental chat. We had to talk to the public labor union of the fundamental chat. We came to a conclusion that we will get them back, and they are now officially back. They needed better pay. We gave them better pay, and here we are back at it again. So, US stock slumped on return from the Labor Day weekend, with the Nasdaq underperforming amid a pronounced weakness in the tech sector. AI darling Nvidia falling 9.5% in the first trading session of September. If you love that at the all-time highs, you're absolutely going to love it below $100 before shedding another 2.4% after market on a DOJ subpoena, Department of Justice. DXY traded within a tight range after the index edged higher on Wall Street after the US ISM manufacturing data, but closed off best levels in around mid-range of 101.58 Tuesday parameter. Dylan Savage, ECB's Nagel, said the great wave of inflation is over, but he will not commit in advance on whether he will vote for an interest rate cut in September. UJ held a downward bias as JPY stood out as the performer, with APEC traders reacting to Tuesday's strength alongside the slide in US bond yields. Nvidia gets DOJ subpoena, antitrust investigation. Additionally, the broader risk aversion kept demand for the JPY ample. JPY Chief Cabinet Secretary Iyashi said, closely watching domestic and overseas market moves with a sense of urgency. Will conduct fiscal and economic policy management while working closely with BOJ. BG, we are back, baby. EU saw flat trade currency took a breather from the prior day's volatility, which saw the pair fall from a 101.72 peak to a 10. No, let it go. Is he gonna stop at the pharmacy or something? Okay. No, perfect, 100%. We are in our flat trade. Okay, GBP USD experienced another uneventful overnight session amid a lack of pertinent catalyst for the pound. A pair briefly lost 1.31 to print a 108.84. Spot gold was flat, residing in a narrow range and well within Tuesday's volatile 24.72 25.06 ounce parameter. Crude futures saw another session after Tuesday's slide was driven by a slew of bearish catalysts such as Libya headlines and refineries coming back online. Bitcoin saw substantial downside volatility overnight and briefly breached 56k to the downside, according to some vendors. Okay, where's in other news? All right, here we go. Here we go. I don't know, these lights. Chad, give me 1 second. Bro, did they change something on our lights?
On our lights.
Mine is like in my eye, bro. See a little bit higher. I don't know why my eyes are so sensitive. All right, in other news, 3 SA reporters have been brought back by the company that sacked him for Martin Brundle in the first place. While happy to be re-employed, I can imagine some tension and unease exist. Kings and Chris, I sent you the NFP analysis on WhatsApp on an Excel file. Shot my brother. Chad, we've got 50 seconds. Gold stopped out on gold. Unfortunately, not today to be looking for gold buys. Very likely, Chad, that if we break this 4-hour range, I just want to show you guys, if we break this 4-hour range right here, where's the 4-hour? If we start breaking out of this 4-hour range, gold is in for a tough time today, Chad. There's that 4-hour range. That is the range that capped us last week as well. This entire range right here, this is where price was capped within. And you can see every time we held this range, we went to the upside. Yesterday, around about 3 o'clock to 7 o'clock, we held that range again. And now, if this 4-hour candle closes below this range, we are now going back into this range. So maybe a last little retest here. Maybe we still see the bounce, but currently looking very bearish on gold. And it's even going to be tough to get a trade on a scalp. By the way, we traded down one way. We're going to need to see some corrective measures before we can do anything else here, Chad. So that is the session for me, Keeks.
Oh, bro, this thing is just right in there.
All right, Chad, it is the official round 5. Markets are open and in motion. Ding, 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 ding. Round 5. Fight. Here's the thing, though. Gold, if it holds this 4-hour range low, this thing can still come all the way back into this range. It can still come back into this range, but we're going to need to see some things happen here. Okay. Are you going to take the grabber today? If we get the fake out.
Yeah, if I get the criteria, bro, then I have to take it. Otherwise, yeah, I'm not gonna force anything with it.
Yeah, Chad, I told Keeks I would love if we do something like this and then come back in the range. Something like that for me would be decent. Other than that, no, nothing there for me. And then gold as a minimum, Chad. Asia lows. As a minimum. Let me just see that I missed anything here. Tidal Wave missed entry by 4 pips. Market sentiment is serving sour grapes. Amen. 2Gs, what did you think about Rolio's review? I think it was decent. If you consider what is said for the money you pay, I can honestly say we do over-deliver in terms of that. We are basically with you guys 6 days a week, and on the bootcamp weekends you get us 7 days. And then you obviously get the 2 calls, Sunday and Wednesday and Thursday. Sometimes Wednesday, sometimes Thursday. For instance, this week we're going to have our call tomorrow night instead of tonight, just to see where the dailies are before NFP. But yeah, I think if anyone, we put in the work for you guys. It's not a case of we trying to do the minimum and get the maximum from the subscriber. And again, the Project G was never about pushing numbers. It was just about the guys that want to take their trading that little bit further. And why do something for free if you're going to take your time away from your family? Sunday evenings, usually the calls are up to an hour. Wednesdays as well. Last week Wednesday, the call was almost 2 hours. Did a little bit of a back testing session as well. So not that we don't like putting in the work, but I just mean for somebody just to say, listen, I'm going to pay $750, just commit to it. It's just a different ball game then. So
Yeah.
I think it was decent.
No, it was solid.
Myself, why you guys were looking for longs. Bugatti, yeah, my idea on the long was this. I actually shared it. Where's my idea? Here's it. This was my idea with gold. There was that minor break of structure back into the range, and the expectation was that we could go higher. Didn't get that, and that is perfectly fine. Chris, are you still documenting the account? And 2, I am most certainly still documenting the account. What did I miss here? Okay, and then Chad, we're gonna have the pre-registration for the Cape Town meetup straight after today's stream. So we're gonna get those numbers. I think after chatting to one or two vasectomy patients, 2 weeks is completely fine to go and sit in a fly Safair plane with your legs closely bundled together. The swelling I hope there's no swelling, Chad. Please pray for no swelling. But yeah. So we will be in Cape Town. I see analysts are talking about a so-called seasonality sell-off. In Dorbo, if I'm very honest, I haven't really looked in too much with the sell-off happening yesterday. Again, if we just go from a purely technical perspective and you just look at the monthly candles, remember what I said with any monthly candle is that you're going to start first with bottom wicks. If you consider last month's candle, look at last month's candle. It traded down almost 6%, then only flipped bullish. So again, you can have a scenario where we can even trade down on the monthly 4.2% and then still flip bullish. So you got to remember just the formality of how a candle forms. So I'm not bearish in the month. I'm expecting a bullish monthly candle closure. And the reason I say that is if you look at what last month's candle did, last month's candle took out a previous monthly low and then it proceeded to take out a high. So that is the monthly liquidity being taken. All right, there's that monthly liquidity being taken. So I'm not bearish on US 30 for this month. So we just got to take into consideration as well, we basically 4 days into the new month, and similar to NASDAQ, let's just delete that. Last month taking a previous monthly low, retesting a previous breakout zone. So don't lose sight of the higher time frames. Don't get stuck too much into just looking at what the daily is doing. Remember, we're trading monthly and quarterly as well. So if you go and look at the quarterly candle, let's check at it. Actually, it's 26 days left on this quarter. But anyway, so there's a lot to consider, and you can't just take it on face value on a single day. Okay, let's check the SA 40 range. Yo, the grabber would have worked, eh? Sure. See that, Keegs?
Nah, but I wouldn't have got in on that one yet.
I don't consider that a fake out.
No.
Don't you use all three indices for this, because others might have caps and others not? Chris, I've added Kitco to the Nighbot, and this will give us gold news if there is any. I'm testing it today. We'll let you know if it works. Shatanu. Want to chat? Let's catch the pips, and don't let the pips catch you. Bend it and send it. Maybe Chris can do with some swelling. Oh. Okay.
3D Capital, I'm sure there must be someone in the chat doing a vault challenge.
Chad, looking at Fed futures, remember what I said, check here. So we are currently, they are bringing it into balance. So I wouldn't be surprised before NFP if they park this on 50%.
Haven't been here in a while. Congratulations on the new offices. Hey, shop, bro. Yeah, haven't you been here that long?
Who's that?
3D Capital.
Who's 3D Capital?
3D Capital is 3D Capital. Not 2D, 3D.
No, but you're talking about like you know the person.
We know all of the Chad, bro.
No, I thought it was here in person.
We are the Chad.
Oh, my eye. Haven't been here in a while. Congrats. Shot my brother. Damn, US 30.
Yeah, I'm just trying to watch out with gold, bro. I'm happy to take literally another shot at there.
What, gold?
Yeah.
Bro, I'm gonna be bleak if gold was one of those. Anyways, I can talk a lot about the last 2 months of trading. Bad decisions, bad management. Gold, I don't even want to look at it. I hope gold just dies down after stopping me out. Look at that son of a gun.
What is DXY doing? DXY dying off a bit there.
Are you gonna take another stab at gold?
Maybe, bro. I like it.
I did like it earlier. I don't like it now. After punching my teeth out, no more teeth left. Great improvements happening here. Always really impressed. Well done, guys, for making this happen in SA. Proper industry standards being set here. 2G's shot, my brother. Will you consider US 30 buys above all-time highs on the 5 minute? Asia highs. Just fubs. Like I told you yesterday, I was going to trade like a Monday because of the long weekend. So yeah, and Obo, I agree with you. I agree with you. It could turn into an event. Believe me when I say that. All right, chat. So 2 things I'm looking for here on SA40 is if we can retest that area, reject, break out, come back in the range, then we're going to do similar to the position we took yesterday, trading it back into the range. All right. That is the idea. Gold still in no man's land for me. Can't do anything. Asia lows, that's the only level where I will start looking for gold. US 30, yeah, I don't think the downside is done yet, if I'm honest.
I think both of them, bro. You could still see another move. I think now, if we hit a re-break, I'm actually gonna take this out. Like, I know I sound like I'm super confused right now, but yeah, we get the
US
re-break
30?
now. No,
Oh,
on gold.
Okay.
Because for me, that was the break of that level, pullback, weekly S1 retest, now re-break of that level. I'll actually take the sell.
Oh, will you take the sell?
Yeah.
Holy. Okay, see that as the fake out.
Yeah. We always talk about it, bro. Move first pullback.
Yeah.
You got a nice level. We're talking about these lows. 4 hour, if you think about it, probability, we are just going to break this now. Go for the wick fill. And I think it's that typical thing you were saying, like, you either, there's two things that happen. This thing's either going to keep melting, and everyone that's going to keep trying to fade it is just going to keep getting clapped all day.
Hey,
I just want
man.
to see how big is this. Like, I'm not entering it, guys. I just want to see, like, okay, if I did a 30 pip, yo, it's not that big, but I mean, okay.
50 minute or 5 minutes?
On the 5 minutes.
Okay, Keeks, I just have to quickly drop the kids there off at the toilet.
Alright.
2 seconds.
Okay, Joe, we've got a few seconds here. Right, then we're gonna go for this baby. And then we're gonna go for this baby. Alright, Chad, that's on the level. I don't want to take that yet. I know you technically have taken that low there, but I want a break of this level. Like, I know we could even miss the move now, but my thing is, the way price is so volatile, and we are, like I say, you're either going to reverse or this is going to start waterfalling. I want a proper break there. I don't want to close in on the level. Shit. Come on, I don't think we're going to miss it now, though. Gold, 61.8 pullback, looks sell zone for me. Yeah, well, we're looking to sell, bro. So either we dodging a bullet, yeah, or we're gonna miss the move. Might. If this thing gives a candle like that, guys, like that is perfect. Oh boy. Come on. And I think, guys, honestly, depending on how this thing runs, like, I would hold, as I said, I literally am going to target something like down here. So, just so you guys are with me, yeah. Oh, don't run, don't run, don't run. Sam bars. Why do you say it's a bar, brother? Sammy boy. Are you looking for buyers, skis? No, guys, I'm looking for sells. What's up, Mike? So, yeah. Come on. Just stay like that. Just stay. If this thing goes bullish, guys, I don't know. I don't like it. Like there. Literally a little candle like that, closing bearish, but holding this level. I'm stoked on that. Then I'm stoked. We're seeing DXY trying to reverse. Yeah, retesting previous weekly lows. Previous daily low. Yeah, if this thing can break there, guys. Oh. Who knows, guys? If we even get a entry like, yeah, like we'd look for like a sell stop, like that in and out type of aggressive move. That would be beautiful. The 200 rejection, see if it's still closed bearish. Yeah, I think for me is your 1 hour. Look at that now. Look how beautiful that looks on the 1 hour. Massive bearish candle showing you momentum to break the lows. There's your retest weekly S1. And we always talk about weekly S1, weekly S2 easy target. 4 hour closes in if this thing closes a 4 hour, guys, I don't like 4 hour. If this closes underneath that, done. Like gold's in trouble today. Then gold's in some trouble. Weird, I need to get my thing open. Ah, Chad, I'm gonna take a sell, yeah. Alright, Chad, we are in a sell there. Candle closure. 30 pip stop. There's your 1-to-1. We're just gonna monitor the 1-to-1, because then we're gonna basically go break even on it, Chad. Once we break even, yeah, then we're styling. But obviously, as I said, 24.77 can become a number for us, yeah. Let's just set this in here. 24.77. Okay, 24.77. So guys, if you are there in Prodigy, you'll see obviously I have set the TP like down, yeah, like I've just set it for that. As I said, we're gonna monitor this if we can go break even, yeah. Where would I stop be? Let's just do that. 24.87.64. Alright, Chad. Let's see, baby. Let's see. Let's see. Stop like keys, drawing the defending trend line on the 1 hour time frame, third touch magic. Hey, my boy Amy, how you doing, brother? Third touch the pending trend line. Are you drawing from there, bro? Or where are you drawing from? Or which way are you drawing? Yeah, no, that's the thing, bro. So 100% still range bound on the 4 hour, but that's what we basically targeting, that range break on the 4 hour. So obviously you jump in the gun a bit, in the sense that, yeah, we can see we already have taken the low, the body closures. So now we're just hoping that the momentum continues. Descending trend line. Okay, I'm with you. The trades you share on Prodigy, they are from the FTMO account. Can you not link the values to an ANDA or something? We can check on TV too. They are linked to an ANDA, brother. Hey, come on, Chad. Stop it. Stop it. I like it. Oh. Let's go. Yeah, I'm still holding from 25, 26. Hold sells hard. Damn, bro. Damn. Yeah, if DXY. Ooh. Okay, Chad, I'm not liking that on DXY. I won't lie to you, I'm not liking that. Come on, 5. Just close like this. Take these lows for us. Bot gave 3 downtrends in a row. Hey, the Linda bot coming in clutch as well. 30 pip gang. Let's see, come on, there we go. Take those lows. Beautiful, beautiful. So that's nice. 15 obviously is closed as well now, so we know the 15 took that as well. So we want to see a nice bit of volume push in our guys. But obviously understand this 15 is probably also going to try and make a top wick. The 30 also closed. So for me, I must say I like this. We broke, had that retest of the weekly S1, and they still closed bearish. So I must say I really like this, guys. Which instrument are you on? We are on gold, brother. We are on gold. Keys, I sent you a picture of my entries, mad. I'll check it out, bro. Yes, bro. Holy crap. Nah, that's mad, bro. Man's milking the markets. Yes, I don't know what breaking the market there that this thing is turning around, guys. It's turning.
Alright.
Let's see what happens here, guys. Not what you want to see straight after you just break the lows. But we'll see. No break-even point takes. Bev, the break-even is when I hit 1-to-1, yeah. Because as I said, remember, I'm targeting down, yeah. So I'm just have this on so when everyone can see you hit your 1-to-1. We'll go break-even.
Okay. Oh, did you grab that short?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think if gold breaks, if we can hold below 24.84.30, that's that 4-hour flat body support area I was talking about, that range that we've constantly been trading in.
Yeah.
And I think he's solid. then I think yesterday's lows easy. Chad, SA40, there's that opening range, there's that little fake out. No rejection as of yet, so no trade there for me yet. Gold, what I was referring to with Keegan's trade is the following. I think you guys just need to monitor this zone here. There's that flat body area there, if you look left with me. So every single time you'll see that we dipped below, pushed up, dipped below, pushed up, dipped below, pushed up. So we're going to need to see a 4-hour actually breaking below that and actually closing below it. Otherwise, what's going to happen is this is going to be the low of the session, and we're going to be trading all the way back up. So that's the only thing I'm looking at there. And then US 30, 5-minute time frame. Let's look at it. There's that previous weekly low. Okay. If we start rejecting here, US 30 can also start to die down. Very, very muted session so far, except for that pre-market push on gold. And there's that weekly S1, and obviously if we start rejecting that, weekly S2 becomes all the way down here. So I do think you guys could be in for a very good position. And gold's only down 0.3% on the day, chat. So we've seen gold do a $30 move on the day. The only thing I don't like about gold is the fact that Asia lows are untested, Chad. That's the only thing I don't like about gold. Similar to yesterday when it started pushing and I told you guys Asia highs were untested and then we just blitzed back into the Asia range. So similar with this, that's the only, yeah, personally wouldn't be selling it down here, but again, we've seen stranger things happen in the market. Lots of room to move. I agree, Bevan. I agree, there is a lot of room to move. We're gonna bring this across to this side. Almost. It's rejecting your zone. So it's rejecting the zone.
thought the P for TP would have worked.
How big was the P though?
That was a decent one, bro.
It's not the size of the T, it's about the size of the P.
Guys, I've been scammed. P in for TP doesn't work. Yeah, guys, I'm still happy with this. Now that's the 15 retesting it, but yeah, I just as I said, necessarily I wouldn't like us trading like this. Obviously, you've just taken a low again, but then again, can just be this 15's retest, and then can still flip. Obviously, understand the 30-minute also close, so it's a 30 minutes retest. We do want to just see price start really getting away from that zone now, though. We need DXY to come to the party now. What's everything else doing? Oh, that's not a good sign.
I would say if this 15 breaks its own low, like what it's going to do now, then I would say you would want to see a drive. Otherwise,
Yeah.
so that session low, if we break it again, that Chad, you want to see big volume come in. Then we're going to easily go 2480, and then ultimately that yellow box zone of Keegs, that zone could be on deck. Keegs, I'm thinking easily, dude. Not even like overplaying it. 2477 easy.
That's literally what I said today I'm targeting.
2477 easy. If we can break this 15-minute low.
Yeah, if we battle here now, then I might kill it.
But here we go. This 5-minute needs to do some work for you boys.
Come on.
I would say session lows, Keegs. As soon as you break it, you can go break even, because then volume really needs to come in.
Yeah.
Then the volume needs to come in, and this little consolidation was enough to push price. Come on, gold. Do it for the boys. For the boys. Here we go, Chad. Watch that volume come. I think, Chad, you're going to see a massive... As soon as we break those session lows, you're going to see massive volume. That next wave of volume, you're going to see teleportation. So just monitor those breaks. Once it breaks, you want to see it flash. If I was in with Keegs, as soon as we break that session low, I would have gone break even. You don't want it to play around these lows.
I'm going to have a bodily closure though.
It hasn't broken those lows yet.
I'm saying yeah, but I also want a bodily closure, because if this thing breaks the lows a third time and still can't run, then it's battling. And then we always talk about, again, it can run, but then I think it's just a case of there we go.
Okay, let's check it, Chad. This is where the volume should come in.
Come on.
I don't want to tell you what to do, but personally, break even points, I would go breaks, bro. 100%.
Give it a little bit more, bro.
I would go breaks, man, bro.
I'm going to let the 5 close. I want to see this 5 close.
Okay.
Just want to see this 5 close.
Let me put it this way. If this 5 breaks its own high again, then,
Alright, there you guys. I'm going to break even on it.
okay, beautiful.
Where's my terminal? Where's my
This
terminal?
thing should rip now.
I can't
Are you
find
going
it.
for that small TP, my bro?
No, that's where I wanted to go break even and hold it.
Okay. Chad, I would say as a minimum 2480. In all honesty, if it's gonna run now, because this is the third break of the session lows. If it can't run now, very unlikely that you're going to see another move down. 10 to 1, what you're going to see then is a pullback all the way to NYSE, Asia lows daily pivot, and then the next wave of volume is going to come.
No, if this bodily closes and it doesn't run, then yeah. Come on.
I think he's solid if it just closes below. Oh.
Yeah, if it doesn't close below. Like I said, bro, this thing can run then without me, but... Come on, do it for the boys. Do it for the boys. Nah, that's... Come on.
It's all in that 4-hour flat body support area. Let's see. Maybe it just drives for you.
We break even, bro. If it's not...
Did it break even?
No, I'm saying
you are
like,
break
if
even.
if it takes me, it takes me. Dude. Come on, Deuce. Fight for us.
Here we go. Let's check. 5-minute wick full and DXY, just the previous daily low.
Yeah, I think honestly, what the guys were saying earlier, this thing's parking the bus a bit till the news.
Yeah. NFP weeks are always going to be slow. Always going to be.
Just ran for us.
Okay, here we go. Ah, Nila, baby. Nila keeping the lights on here for us. Morning, Chris. Can we jump on the call, brother? 100%. Jeremy. Jeremy, I think what we're gonna do is we're gonna jump on. I just want Keeks to manage this trade quickly with the boys. Just lock it in. I'm gonna go in there so long. Where's the Discord? Let's just manage this trade with the gents, and then
Come on, baby.
come on, do some volume now for the lads.
Run.
Sheesh. Kiga Darius. Yeah, I think he's solid, bro.
Come on, baby. I will really be bleak if this thing turns.
If it turns bullish,
Yeah.
I don't think
I
so.
I really don't see it,
I
bro.
think,
That's what I'm saying. Like, if it does, I will be bleak, but I really don't see it.
I think you've given it quite a bit. I think you've managed it well, if I'm honest. I think you've done a really good job managing it. You've made all the right moves on it, and if it doesn't run now, you couldn't have managed it any better. Session low. This is the weekly low, eh? That's I think we sometimes forget this is literally the weekly low.
Well, yeah, once we take this out.
No, I'm talking cock, bro.
Oh, yeah,
Cock,
the,
am I
the
talking?
previous,
Yesterday, sorry, yesterday
previous
was,
daily
yeah,
low is
sorry.
also weekly low.
Sorry.
Just do it for the lads. Do it for the lads.
So now my P is coming through. Come on, gold. It just needs time, fam. It will drop.
Oh my word. Who just said that?
Somebody said it will drop, fam. Just needs time. Famdom.
Oh my word. Tabiso, bro. you just killed my trade, bro.
Do you think it's that commentators, cause time and space?
Yo,
We're still in,
I'm out, bro.
out. Hey.
Tabiso.
I don't think it's bad management. Like the thing is now, if it's not gonna break now, it is very likely that it's not gonna break at all. And we're gonna get the sells, I think, with news. Jeremy, where's Jeremy? Okay, chat, give me 1 second, yeah. Just wanna bring this volume down quite a bit. Jeremy, how's it going, my brother?
Hey, my brother, it's good. I hope you guys are doing well. Thanks for a good stream as usual. And I think today is probably going to be a little bit of a different tone for me, Chris. Yesterday took a bit of flames in the business environment.
Yeah.
It was unfortunate, but you know, you lick your wounds, and while you're licking your wounds, you're trying to understand and compensate for where life is and where things are at. And just a couple of things maybe in your journey, if you'd be so kind to share about your background. You've got your business background, you've got your degrees, MBA engineering, being exposed to billionaires, and your brother also very successful in his environment, your family very successful in their environment. What do you think was the pivot point for you where life started to really scale well? Is it a cultural thing? Is it a background thing? Is it the access to education? Was it a pivotal point in business to you? What is that one area that you can actually look at where things started to really scale up well for you?
Jeremy, to be honest, I've actually spoken about this where my journey was one where I did really well initially, made some very bad decisions in a short space of time where I've said it so many times that the only way I can put it is you get to a point in your life where you think everything you touch is just going to turn to gold without any effort, without any due diligence, and that was the low point as well. So I would say in a very short space of time I hit like very high milestones And in that short space of time, I also hit the lowest low that I've hit in my life. And for me, it was always, and it's still till this day, for me, it's always not a case of things really scaling up well or anything in particular. My mindset was always that if you consistently work hard at something, like it needs to break at one stage. It's almost like when you hit at a rock. Maybe the first year you hit at the rock, you didn't crack it. The second year, the third year, but at one stage, there's going to be a little bit of a crack or a little crevice in the rock, and you can start putting your pick in it. And that's always been my thinking in life, is that at the end of the day, good old faithful hard work is going to pay off somewhere. Maybe not as we intend, maybe not how we want it to happen, but for me in business, it's all about just putting in that hard work. And it sounds so cliche, Chad, but that is honestly my mindset. That is, if I stick at it and I make good decisions, and I pivot when necessary, I learn from my mistakes, there's no way you cannot succeed. So I think for me personally, I don't think that I'm successful. I don't think I know we always talk about the Strangest Secret by Earl Nightingale, where he says that any man or woman is a success if they daily strive towards an ideal that they've set for themselves. That is the definition of success for him. And I know a lot of times we would try and create a certain measure in our social environment, in our social circle, to say, shit, I don't have a Lamborghini like my brother. I'm not building a 13 million rand house. I don't have 10 million rands worth of cars. If I'm going to compete against what he's done, then I'm going to say, shit, I'm not there yet. And now that's going to be my measure. But my journey was different to his, and his journey was different to mine. And there's other family members that also do much better than me financially. And me and Keegan actually spoke about it. And I said, Keegs, if I'm going to always have to compare myself against these people, I'm always going to be sad. It's going to be like, dude, you've got 5 million rands worth of cars in your driveway. My cars are only like 1.6 million or 1.8 million or whatever it is. So I don't think there was a pivotal point. I think I still made a lot of mistakes. I prayed for mentors, believe it or not. The funny thing
was your mistake centered around nurture, the nurture of how you were brought up, and the successes around the nurture of how you were brought up? Or is it on the nature of Chris, that Chris is this beast that keeps on getting up every time he gets a punch, and he goes into the market, and after he gets waxed, he's in a new space, a new mind, new frame, and I'm going to win?
No, I think my business mistakes came from two sides. I never grew up with money. My family always had businesses. We never did they never did exponentially well. They did well, but it wasn't a case of I could go and study at Stellenbosch and my mother could pay for the hostel fees and I could have a jewel. I had to study locally because my mom said, dude, we can't afford Stellenbosch for you. You got a bursary here. So my mistakes came from thinking that going into a business deal, somebody shares the same sentiment as me. And my sentiment is always, how can all of us equally benefit out of a business deal? And very early on, I got cut badly where I realized, shit, you don't trust anybody. And you're a little bit naive. I think a lot of guys that go into business, this guy is saying that guy is saying that, and everything looks so great. And you come in with the best intention, and then you forget, dude, some of these guys, it's purely transactional. It's not a case of them liking Jeremy or them actually, I almost want to say, let's put it this way. Let's say there's a business deal for me and Jeremy. This is how the world works. For me personally, I will cherish the person of Jeremy more than the business deal, if you guys hear what I'm saying. So for me, the business deal is great, but for me, it's about how can I make sure that I protect the relationship for me and Jeremy. And where other guys have it the other way around, it's purely how can they protect their own business interest and how can they get the most transactional value out of Jeremy. And that's where I saw people don't actually cherish the person of Chris or the person of Keegan or the person of Jeremy. It is like, what can I get out of Keegan? What can I get out of Jeremy? If I can't get this out of Jeremy, the relationship is not really what matters to me. And that is where Andy, I prayed for a mentor. And Chad, this is not BS. I prayed and I said, Lord, I need guidance. I need business mentors that is in my sphere, and that is also the same. I don't want to say religious, Chad, but that share the same values. So forget religion. There's a lot of religions that share the same value, but that share the same value principles as me. And that's where Andy came along, and we've had many discussions, and he opened up my eyes to say, listen, yeah. I think it's in the Bible as well. I think kind as a dove or something, but wise as a serpent or something like that. Where he also said, dude, just because you from a certain religious background and your certain way of doing things, kind as a dove, wise as a serpent, you got to be both. You can't be soft. You can't be like that one pastor, the guys got saved and he's like, oh, meek and mild, Jesus, I'm your child. He's like, bro, when you go on a rugby field, it's not meek and mild. You become a lion. So you can't be like, oh, Jesus saved me, so I can't tackle you. He's like, no, you go out there to tackle that guy, to potentially send him to Jesus. Like that. So I'm not saying that, but dude, that business is ruthless out there. And that's why I always, when I sit with Keegs, I always share my experiences, and Keegs will always tell you. And I say, dude, you don't trust anybody. You do not trust anybody. Gold.
Nice, Chris. Thank you. And I see US30 is going against Keegs. So whoever prayed, I think Tabiso, we need to sort you out later. Just jokes. Chris, as to give context, family, I'm a colored guy in the context of South Africa. I'm married to a white woman, so I'm experiencing the rainbow world as it should be. And I've found out that as a non-white that's come from the background that I've come from, we assume that white people sit around the table at night, and in their dinner conversations, they're having wealth conversations. Chris and his brothers preparing a deal, setting things up together, getting ready. Uncle John from this point is coming in and he's going to bring in his resources. How far from that narrative, Chris, are we away from seeing reality for what it is? Do you guys have, not you guys as whites, as Chris as his family, do you intentfully do business with the intention of empowering each other? Do you and your brother go into opportunities and look out for each other? Or is at a stage where you're building empires solely right now so that you can figure out the different opportunities and maybe later come at it?
Jeremy, I actually had and I think I need to tread carefully here, but I actually had this conversation and I said, and I don't want to offend anyone, where I said the boer mentality, and I say boer, your typical Afrikaner, and I love the Afrikaner people, Chad, so don't get me wrong, and that's why I say I need to tread very carefully here. If you look at it in a Muslim context, Chad, and that's why I've got a lot of respect for Muslim business people.
Just pause there before it becomes a racial conversation. I think I want to put a disclaimer in. We're in a safe space here. We're in South Africa where we discuss all our cultures. So when we make reference to it, it's not at a point of attack. It's a point of experience and how we view things. so that no one comes in a chat and says, yeah, Chris is a white boy commenting. We don't, none of that rubbish here.
No.
We're
So-
here as a family to really understand viewpoints of where we are together.
So I've got a lot of respect for the Muslim culture, especially in business, and I think Jeremy can attest to this as well, where white people, or not white people, let's call it in our family or in our circle, the Afrikaner is that typical harde kop, like you either gonna punch this thing alone. And there's a lot of positives and negatives. You're either going to punch this thing alone, you're either going to make this thing work alone, or it's not going to work. Where with the Muslim culture in business, it's a case of, if I've got 3 of my Muslim brothers around me, and I say, flip, I want to go into this business venture, I don't necessarily have all of the resources. How can you guys help me? And then all of them come together, and it's a case of, not one of them is like, I want to step on Jeremy or Chris to get to my target, or I'm scared now Jeremy is going to shoot out in front of me and financially he's going to do better than me. No, it's a case of, why don't we all of us put the plow together? Let's build Jeremy. Later on, Jeremy's cup is going to be full. Then Jeremy is going to help us, where with the Afrikaner way of doing things, and I've seen it so many times with even Afrikaner business people that I've worked with. It's a case of this my pie. Ek gaan nie laat iemand inkom op hierdie pie van my nie. And that's a lot of times, I want to say selfish and a little bit greedy in a way, but I think it also teaches that almost, I want to say, that independence, where it's like, if I can't make it work, I'm not going to ask Keegs for help. And Keegs is going to be like, if I can't make it work, I'm not going to go to Chris and say. So I think, dude, even in our family, I've seen it. There's been stuff in our family where there were opportunities for everyone to grow. And exactly what I'm talking, that's why I'm talking about experience here, where it's a case of, damn, if I let Jeremy in on this deal, Jeremy already does pretty well for himself. Now if I cut him in as well, then he's going to leapfrog me financially. Like, these are the type of things that's considered, which is actually terrible, to be honest.
Just thank you. That is such insightful, and it helps me a lot in my processing. I think, Keegan, if I can drop one at you before I drop the call, I don't want to take too much of the time.
Yeah.
Keegs, if I understand it, you've grown up with your mom predominantly. Is that right?
Yeah. Yeah, my
And has
parents
your
are
dad
divorced.
been present, active? Or
Yeah, no, so my dad was very active. He lived in PE when I was growing up. So it was basically every second weekend I was with my dad. And then it was high school. He made the decision, like, we sat down, we spoke about it, that he was going to move to Pretoria for better work opportunity. Because obviously knowing that already we could identify, like, I was very good at sports. And just going to the school I was going to go to, going for tours, all those type of things, the sporting equipment and gear and anything I'd need, obviously costs money. So it was a conversation we had that I wouldn't get to see my dad as often, but he would be able to support me in my dreams and endeavors and stuff like that. And obviously, but it did open the door that I got to start traveling. So from a very young age, I got to start traveling around the country to obviously go see my dad and be with my dad on holidays. So yeah, we still are very close, but obviously I lived with my mom. So I would say, yeah, I spent more time predominantly with my mom.
in the non-white community, a lot of guys come from single-parent homes.
Yeah.
And even in culture, it's taboo to talk about sex. It's taboo to talk about your parents' financial status, or even be included in adult conversation, nonetheless. So to hear that you guys had an open dialogue about very critical strategic moves in your life, it's such a refreshing space that it's an inclusive conversation and it's available to most. It's sort of those kind of things that we need to teach in a community that it doesn't exist. What was the hardest pivot point for you in life. Um, Obviously, transitioning from a single parent home at the latter part of things, going into school of sports, brilliant career as a potential professional sportsman, and then obviously segueing now into an entrepreneurial space. Where was the biggest changes for you and the biggest adjustments you had to deal with?
I think if I have to think about it straight off the bat, I think the most difficult was coming from the sports to kind of the working industry. Because remember, like obviously from sports, when all the injuries and then COVID and everything happened, and when I walked away from sports, at that time, remember, I didn't study, I didn't do anything because I was playing sports. So it's a thing of at that stage of my life, of almost as a year, and I'm watching all my mates and everything start graduating from varsity, and it was just that realization, like, did I almost throw my whole life away chasing a sports, and was I unrealistic of thinking I'd make it, like I could do this, and now thinking that consequence of like for the rest of my life, am I going to be on the back foot? Am I going to be suffering for the rest of my life, just making it day to day, month to month type of thing? And then obviously thinking like very strong and hard, like what am I going to do? How am I going to change my life? How am I going to adapt? Do I go to varsity now at this age? Like what do I do? So I think mentally that probably was the hardest thing for me to do, and to adjust my lifestyle at where I was at then. But then I think that typical thing to know, like we've always said, and I've always said to people, you walk a life that was chosen for you. There's one thing, a quote my youth pastor always used to tell us when we were younger, and she said, again, God chose the life that you have to walk because he knew you were strong enough to walk that. So it was always a case of you were selected to do this journey, and it was a case of that way I had to see it through. So no matter what the outcome was, I was always just going to give it my best at anything I did. So for example, that I worked, and I made sure when I worked it was the best I could do, and when I got into trading, I said, listen, I'm going to give that the best I could do. So I think just being able to adapt and keep my head up. But again, that goes to having a very supportive family, friends, partner, all those things. It definitely helped me make that transition.
Chris, thanks, brothers. I really appreciate the insight. Today was not really a question for the community. It was more for me just to lick my wounds and get a better understanding and a viewpoint of how my business partners and associates are dealing with thought patterns and ideas. And I'm glad we have a community where we can pulse check, where we can allow to ask hard, difficult questions so that we can find better ways of approaching our futures. You guys are doing a phenomenal job. Cape Town Stand Up, we're about to meet. We're looking forward to it. 2Gs to the world. Appreciate everybody in the chat. And thank you for all of your insight. You guys have an awesome morning, brothers.
Thanks, Jeremy. We're going to chat after the stream. Thanks so much, my brother. Yeah, Chad, I don't want to make it. It's not a racial thing at all. It's more. Let me rather say a cultural thing. But there's definitely that mindset of, dude, There's this opportunity. I can't do it alone. But I'm not gonna pull Keegan in. Keegan already made money. I haven't made money. I'm not gonna let Keegan make even more money. But the deal's gonna fail if I don't bring Keegan in, and it's rather like, nah, bro, I'll rather let the deal fall to pieces than give Keegan another bag.
Giddy, I managed the bar, bro. So after sports, I was bartending and worked my way up just from a bartender to the manager. But yeah, I was managing a bar.
Were you managing like a bar, $1 million under managed? I'm joking, bro. Come on, why is everyone so serious now?
There's black, white, colored, blue. We should have raised our kids to want others, one for themselves, 100%. Keith, please share what the pastor said to you that touches, that saying touches me big time. Yeah, bro. It was basically just that the journey we walk is tough sometimes, but we always got to remember God selected us to walk that path because He knew we would be strong enough to do it.
Chad, business is ruthless, and Keegan will tell you. I always reiterate the same thing. It's always the same thing, and I always say, Keegs, somebody wants to do business, whatever. What is the motive? What is the motive for somebody wanting to do A, B, and C? He's telling you the one thing that you want to hear, but then I'm always like, Keegs, what do you think the motive is? And then when you start diving into it, then it's like, oof, okay, there's maybe some things I didn't consider. And Chad, your business, I think if you haven't been in business, yeah, it is. Oof.
Sure. There goes gold, guys. Oh my word. Oh, Justin C. Just all walking the road of life. I appreciate you, bro.
Oi, just damn, 20 pounds. Boys are throwing down here. Sure, Justin throwing some big donos here, Chad. Damn. To us all walking the road. W donos. Yay, the boys are throwing down. Yeah, Chad, here's the thing. Life is a grind. Life is if you ask Keegan now, is he happy with where he's at in his life? He'll most probably tell you, dude, I'm not there yet. I've seen the progress, but I'm not there yet, and that's fine. And if you ask anyone else, maybe somebody's like, dude, I've reached it all. There's another guy that maybe for you, that is your standard that you want to reach, and he's unhappy. And there's maybe a guy that has got a supercar, and he's got this and he's got that, but now he's looking at the other guy that's got a yacht. It's like, I don't have a yacht. And now it's like, oh damn, I don't have a yacht. I need to push. So there's, yeah, Chad, it's weird. You'll Tony Robbins said in that one thing. He said you'll have two guys in the room. The one guy's making $20 million a year. The other one's making $1 million a year. The guy making $1 million, he's the happiest dude you can get. Guy making $20 million is constantly looking at stuff he doesn't have. So there needs to be a certain level of content. Keeksy, are you happy with where you're at?
Another one I always love, bro. Another quote I live by. I'm proud, but I'm not satisfied. So we get in there, but we're not quite there yet.
But I think me and you share the same value in terms of good and hard work will eventually, even maybe not now,
Yeah.
it has to pay off at some stage, Chad. It has. If you, dude, Chad, I firmly believe that, and I'm that donkey, and I have to give credit to my mom as well. My mom is that workhorse, like. That it's something that she's instilled in me from a young age, where it's like, dude, if you constantly bend your back and you on it the entire time, at that break, even if you need a little bit of luck, whatever, it's gonna happen for you at one stage. It's gonna happen for you at one stage, and that is so firmly instilled in me that it's just a case of dude, just put in the work, and God will make it work. He'll open up the doors at the right time. The right opportunities will come at the right time. Sometimes you're not there yet for opportunity. Maybe an opportunity now will ruin you. No matter how many times you fail, dude, that's the thing. That's the thing. Look at the... Yeah, Fabs, I agree, dude. But you know what? I've spoken about this many a time. The day that I will be put into the ground, the day Keegan will be put into the ground, none of this, nothing here will go with us. That is the day we get put into that casket, that's the ultimate equalizer. Whether you were a billionaire, millionaire, whatever, equalized right there, boom. Your assets, whatever gets left for the next generation, if you do have assets, but ultimately you thread your entire life to be put into a casket and you're not taking anything with you. As you came into the world, so you will leave. Nothing, chat. So sometimes, as Andy also said in that podcast, sometimes just stepping a little bit back, getting perspective, that is sometimes all we need. Just a little bit of perspective. Keeks, tell me, how do you feel about the gold trade? Let's talk about it.
Do we have to talk about it?
No, I think we have to. Do you feel your management was bad? I honestly don't think your management was bad of the trade. I honestly think 3 breaks of a session low, a daily low, no volume, and then after all of those rejections, just a dump.
Yeah, no, I don't think it was bad. It is obviously bleak to see it run like this, but I don't think it was bad, bro. We know how we like to trade. We know when we expect volume, things like this, and we never got it. So yeah, it's always a nice thing to sit there and go in hindsight. But yeah, we take it on the chin and we move on. So yeah, not what we would have wanted, not where we want to be. But hey.
And what did we learn yesterday with the firecracker? I think me and you haven't really spoken after the session yesterday. What is the...
You don't doubt the firecracker, bro.
Can we now officially say no more discretionary trading if the fire... Yes, Chad. Yesterday, the firecracker again giving us the direction. Got a little bit emotional. Got a little bit discretionary.
Guys, is anyone still in this? We said 77. So, like, that's obviously what we wanted to target. It is on my screen.
Oh, is it on your...
Oh, wait, hold on.
Yeah,
it
is.
is.
It is.
We wanted 77. I mean, we just hit, we just above 79. We like... thing for me is 2480. That actually is quite a big level. I think something could happen, yeah. But yeah, guys, who still is anyone still in this? Okay, Hamish, I know you in it, bro. I know you in it. You swing in there, brother. Keys folded under the pressure of Chris. But yeah, I mean, if guys were still in, if they closed at TP, I don't know, but yeah, I hope some guys still obviously caught it. I'm in at Etty.
Bro, is it Hamish?
Yeah, it's Hamish.
Really?
Yeah.
Hey, bro, where you been? We actually thought you got abducted.
Bro, I must hold
by
on.
the market
Hamish,
makers.
I'm gonna send Chris your entries, bro. Look at this man, bro. He's been holding since yesterday. Check this thing, bro. This man's holding since yesterday.
Jeez. Young Hamish.
That man's milking the market there, bro.
No, man, Amish. Drop a dono. Drop a dono.
No social media for 9 months, gents. I was gonna say, bro, you've been quiet.
I honestly asked Keeks the other day. I said, I think this guy was deported back to Mexico.
Last time, I mean, I saw you in general. I think you took a break from trading though, unless you just weren't posting about it. Because I was seeing you on socials for a while, but then you weren't posting trading. You were just posting your biking and stuff.
Alright, ski.
Oh, I placed my trades last week Monday. Oh, okay.
Damn, last week Monday.
Oh, okay, shit, so right. I thought it was yesterday. I haven't stopped trading, bro. It's in my blood. Been here for 8 years now. It's like bread and butter. Yeah, I think you never really can walk away from it. It's like once it's got you hooked, it's got you hooked.
Yeah, Jeremy Ledge. Jeremy, if I can take one thing that Andy Steele spoke about, and Chad, as much as we did that podcast for you guys, I literally made notes on what he spoke. Like I know everything we talked about and everything from that podcast. I take value out of it because these are valuable building blocks. And Jared Rieder asked the one question, and he still asked Andy. He's like, Andy, how do you filter people you do business with? And Andy said, Jared, very simple. Usually before I do business with anybody, I invite them for dinner or a braai or whatever, and I break bread with them, and I get to know the character of the person I'm going to do business with. And he said, if the character and the values and all of that align, he's like, the business part is easy. He said then it's not even a concern about the business because the values already aligned, the character is already there. And that is something we sometimes forget, where we always look on the surface. Oh, this guy's got money, he can bring this skill, or he can bring that and this and that. And then it's like, when I really ask myself, does this guy share the same values as me? If me and Keegan had to start Project G or 2G's trading, and every time Keegan opened up his mouth, it was about, bro, we can make so much money. What if we do this and this and we can make that amount of money? Then I would have said, bro, but then me and Keegan don't share the same value. But that was not the case. That's why it was easy for us to do business together, because it was always, dude, how do we provide the most value? It was never even a conversation about money. It was, how do we provide the most value? How can we get the most out for the guys? And that's sometimes in business what you need to ask yourself is, does the person you're doing business with share the same values and morals as you? And I think a lot of you will find that it's not the case. They do not share the same values and morals.
Thank you, fam, for this morning. Inspiring and informative. Hey, appreciate it, bro.
Chad, I think I'm actually about to call it a session here, Gigs, unless...
Nah, I'm ready, bro. I'm not going to take a trade now. That was our trade, bro. That was the trade.
Beautiful trade, though. Chad, I think we can talk about this week.
I'm just saying, guys. Sorry, Chris. I'm just saying, guys. I still got it with gold. Still got it.
How do you mean you still got it? You never lost it, or did you think you lost it?
Nah, bro. You know those haters. Sometimes they come when there goes a free stream. And they give out our signals. Just got to prove to them who's still the real ones.
So. Now, Chad, I think it's going to be a tricky week into NFP. A lot happening here. Obviously, that little bank holiday throwing things into a little bit of a tumble dryer. But Project G members, Thursday evening we'll be starting the prep call with you guys for Friday. Keegan will be managing my funds as well on Friday. So Keegs, we just need to get that commercial contract so that you don't run away after you make 5 billion rand. No, I'm kidding. But Chad, Project G members, Thursday evening we're going to do the prep. We've got a lot to talk about. Very, very interesting the way it's setting up for Friday. Yeah. Chad, the firecracker, I don't know how much more the firecracker needs to prove to us. This was the second time only where we made a discretionary move and the firecracker said, onto my beer, watch this move. So I think it's final, Keeks. We don't ever doubt it again. If we take a loss, we take a loss. If we take a win, beautiful. But Chad, we'll see you guys 3 p.m. as always. And Keeks, thank you so much for joining me for this session.
Bro. Always.
And then for Jeremy, all of the other guys, really, really appreciate all of you. Thank you for all of the support. Thank you for all of you guys joining us every single day. Ultimately, this is what we do. We're here for the community. We're part of the community. 2Gs is not about Chris and Keegan. We've said it so many times. 2Gs is bigger than us. The idea is for 2Gs to become something on its own. A body of traders, a community of traders, like-minded traders, and people that just want to excel in business, in life, in family, and just do good overall. So Chad, peace and love, baby. We'll see you guys 3 p.m. The cracker on a Wednesday. You love the cracker on a Tuesday, you're going to absolutely love it on a Wednesday. Peace and love, baby. Cheers, cheers.
Cheers, Chad.
Oh, you make me wanna talk back to you. Say it like that. If I hate you, then find someone new. Baby, but you know I never will. No, so I choke you down just like a pill.
Never ever find the right words, and there's no way this is real life. There's no telling you're the right girl, so I can only say that it feels right. It feels right, it feels right. Yeah, I can only say that it feels right. It feels right, it feels right. Yeah, I can only say that it feels right. This is just a must. Put me in perspective, I'm the deepest in the cut. Everybody tuning in, but this is just for us now. We know I ain't